Hey everybody, welcome to week 2 of Computer Science 30S. This week we continue our look at an introduction to Java program that we just started back on week 1. So in week 1, after the basic course outline, you would have started an introduction to Java programming, set up a basic example, taken a look at some of the introductory content, started maybe programming the example of some basic input outputs and maybe even a little bit about Java variables. You've read through the content pages and started the example. Now it's week 2, so let's take a look at the page now that you're getting a little more comfortable navigating my website. So here under week 2, under your learning experiences for this week, I would want you to continue looking at the variables content by reading the page or reading through the PowerPoint or watching the YouTube video. Same with conditional statements. You can look at the page, the presentation, or the YouTube video, and of course the same thing for looping. This would essentially wrap up your introduction to Java programming for this unit. Now under work goals this week, you would also be working on the examples that match up with those. So a variables example that would have gone with the introduction and basic input-output example, and then conditional statements and looping. You can also make use of the GitHub branch, starting to get used to that, where you can even copy and paste the code right off GitHub into your example if necessary. Finally, this week, you could take a look at the week's assessments. If you feel ready, then you could get started taking a look at the assessments document or the programming problems for this introduction unit, which would look something like this. I'll be going over this in a lot more detail during week 3, now that we've completed the big giant example for this, starting here in week 2.